Hey everybody, welcome back. It is a Sunday, where we get together in the evening to run like Clockwork, which is our Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition game set in the world of Caelifus, which is a homebrew setting that is tied to the graphic novel that I am writing and that Rem Alternus is producing. So tonight we do not have Randy, who after his medical scare a couple weeks ago. He's starting some new medication, and it's kind of got him feeling a little bit woozy, as new medication can do. So he is just going to sort of take a little bit of a break, make sure that just make sure everything works out well, and of course. We definitely want him to do that so he can feel better, so he can come back later and play. Sarah is also, as everybody should know by now, in the middle of her move. So she is taking the time to gather everything and, put it in the boxes and finalize stuff, because I think it's this week. So, so with that, what we're going to do is, a few weeks ago, we were playing with the elves as they had entered into the Shadow Fae. So we're kind of follow up on those adventures a little bit. So what we have tonight is a continuation of the last one. So they had ended up at, I'm going to let Alex tell us, because she's been telling me everything so that I can run this right.
Okay, so from our last adventure, the three of us, so Safi, Bria, and Tan, if I'm pronouncing his name right, we decided we were going to go seek out the Hearth Fairy in the mountains because we think that she or they could help us. And so we went through a pretty bad beating through a temple from some really interesting vine creatures that almost beat our butts. And then we stumbled onto a portal that took us to this bridge where we debated a very long time before stepping onto it and finding out that there is indeed a puzzle upon us that we are very ill equipped to handle. And that's where we're at right now.
Okay. So yes, going to try to find and visit the Hearth Fire, who is otherwise in Crown, the Elvish language, that's Punya Litapishi. And yes, as you have approached there's a pair of fires that are raging on either side of the bridge, and then there's this magical light kind of emanating up from from just in front of where it looks like there's a fulcrum. At about this time, Pone had been moving to catch up with the elves here, and to help them out, as we do when someone jumps in that wasn't in the last session. And at the temple, came across some small little vine thing that was like, wah! And Panay just stuck it, and it died, and it was pretty easy for Panay to do.
What was that sound, Danny, that the vine made?
I'm pretty sure it was something like,
yeah, of course it was easy for her to do. We had softened it up already. It's fine,
Yeah, I mean, as you do. And so she sees the figures up ahead, or they see the figures up ahead and head forward. All right, so there you are. There's the thing. What steps are you taking right now?
I think... Oh, go ahead, guys.
Can we get a really quick revisit of the spirit and what the spirit said, or whatever it is said?
Yeah, it condenses down. It condenses down to, and whoever's watching this and is just came off the last one and is coming into this one, we if it doesn't quite match the end of the last episode, whatever. I am it's going to be about the same. So
if you're that nitpicky, good on you.
yes, good on you. So basically,
join us in the Realm Alternus Discord.
The bot, yeah, you can call me out in there. So yeah, basically it said, the sum of what you know will balance the scales, and as you approach, the flames kind of lifted up. So before we get started,
Danny, I feel like you had mentioned that there was some pile of things as well.
Yeah,
that
there is
we
a pile
could
of
see.
things.
Yes.
So before we get going, however, just real quick, there are a couple of admin notes. I'm excited to get into it, I guess. So first off, we got who's not here. For College Wars Clockwork Circus, our title logo is finished, so we can now put that onto the 11 by 17 covers to go out so they can get printed, and of course it's going to go onto the comic, and then we'll be able to get that trademarked. So that's really fun. Leah, how's everything going with the Maxim thing?
So I'm currently first in my group, and it's top 3, which ends on this Thursday. Then once that happens, there's semifinals, which is worldwide, which I didn't know. So when you go on the website and you see all those girls each have their own group. Whoever gets to the top of the group after 6 weeks of battling it out, then goes to semifinals, and then they put it on their website, and then everybody votes worldwide. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
Okay. We're gonna have to. Yep,
Drop
there
that
it
link
is.
in the chat.
In the chat.
Go vote for her, people.
I keep having to remember to go to it. I went once, and I don't think I used the link because I didn't have the link, and I tried to get there by navigating through Maxim, and it just splashed a million ladies on my screen, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. It was a thing. It was a thing.
Yeah, but, that's all the women around the world that are competing that just hit you all at once. So
I was like, okay, well, maybe they're divided. Maybe I could find her. I started scrolling. I was like,
I've heard several people say they got lost. I don't know if they were mad about it, but they said they got lost. So
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I got lost. I just was really like, whoa. So yeah, I got to remember to hit that. I think I voted for you a couple times, but yeah, I got to remember to get in there. So hey, everybody, if it's still going on when you're watching this later, go hit it up. We'll make sure we put that link in the Discord as well for folks. And yeah, so that's all I've got for now. Oh wait,
I want
John.
Yeah. I'm super excited that I guess we can talk about this now. I'm not actually sure if I'm allowed to. I'm talking about it anyways, and you can tell me if I'm wrong for doing so. I'm really excited that I'm going to be trying a new thing that's happening with that Realm Alternus is doing. A podcast called Brute Critical Wrestling, I think it's called, and I'm going to be playing a wrestler character who is not like Panabon or Bria, and it's very exciting. I don't know how many details to give, and also I'm not sure which details I would get correct. But Realm Alternus is doing a lot of really cool, diverse stuff, and so I'm kind of branching off from Panabon into new characters in the realm, and the first one will be a wrestler.
Well, if you didn't hear it before, you heard it here first.
Coming to podcast near you in June or something.
Yeah, coming to a podcast near you. Yes, and actually, like Clockwork is being edited for podcast consumption as well, which is pretty neat. I know that Shay has been working really hard on that to make that a reality. So podcast stuff, YouTube stuff, lots of content because we're not busy enough, I guess. So. All right. So with that, without further ado, we're going to get into playing this game. So I had Tom set up the credits, so we're just going to roll those the opening credits now. So hey, it's time. Hello. So, upon this bridge, high up above what appears to be a river, you are looking at basically this setup. There's, as you approach, the piles seem less like piles and more like, well, I guess like piles, or like a pile of sand kind of thing. And as you prepare and get near the fires to figure everything out and figure out what you're going to do, you hear Poney approaching from behind.
Poney! Oh, fantastic! You caught up with us.
Yeah, what are those fire thingies in front of us?
Good question.
Well, they're
Not
not
entirely
vines,
sure.
and that's the important thing.
They're not what?
They're not. But did you have any vine trouble getting to us? Were there vines outside?
Yeah, like little baby vines, I think.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, they were not baby vines.
Well, to me, they're baby vines. Everything's baby vines to me. I'm the fighter here.
Yeah, we missed you, okay?
All right. As you are discussing, the fires start to bank down, the two big circles of fire. And revealed in their place, as I said, on one side is what appears to be a pile of sand. And on the other side, what appears to be, get it, perhaps a pool of water. And as the two sides kind of sit, they look almost balanced, but it can't be as simple as they're already balanced. And then on either side, there is fire and mist.
It looks like all the elements have just appeared. Earth, fire, water, and air.
Just need heart.
Or surprise?
Or
Not my
when
heart.
it said the sum of all knowledge. So a book?
Is the mist in a container, or is it just like a thing of fog? Is it like an orb?
I mean, you might go check it out.
I'll go look at the mist. Sure.
Okay. So, Bria is approaching the mist.
Bria still has a rope around him that I have.
Yes. All right.
Are we
So-
both approaching the mist then, I guess?
No,
Well, it's 50 foot of rope, so
you're good.
Okay.
Drag.
it gets caught like on a corner of a stone somewhere. You know,
Fine.
you got to like do that like to get it off, and then get up there. As you approach, it seems like it's just, and I don't know if you step on that thing right away, but it seems that it's just kind of misting up from the stone itself, as if the stone is some sort of diffuser or, you know, like a humidifier, and it's rising kind of straight up, almost as if it's contained in some sort of unseeable cylinder. And then as it gets to about 6 feet, it starts to just dissipate out into the air.
Can I do like an investigation check near the floor to see if there's like a basket or something that's like in beneath what I can see?
You certainly can.
Never hurts.
You do not see anything. You do not see any indication of where this mist might be coming from.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go up on this fireside, and I'm gonna just put one foot on it, and just see how easy it is to tip the scale without stepping on it. Just putting the weight of 1 foot on it.
As you put the weight of 1 foot on it, it doesn't actually start tilting. It seems like it might even be like after a moment you kind of actually like push hard on it, and it seems like it's not giving at all. That perhaps it's locked in place somehow.
I will stand on it.
Taudi stands upon the stone, the fall of the balance here, and again, it does not move.
How hot is the fire, Tuati?
Fired.
It is not. You do not feel any heat from the flames. And again, as you look at it, it looks like it's coming just from the stone, like the stone underneath is on fire. But there's some sort of, it's just coming kind of contained within the cylinder, and about 5 or 6 feet up, the flames, that's where they're kind of licking up into the air.
If I put my hand over it, does it feel like hot as any? As
like if you do this over the fire?
Oh, I guess
it's pretty high. Yeah.
Then I'll just put my hand close till it gets like really, really
close. Yeah, you don't feel any heat at all, even when you're like right at the edge of it.
Put my hand through it. No heat.
All right. So when you push your hand through it, you don't feel heat, but what happens next is very interesting. A flicker of flame kind of puffs out the other side. And I'm presuming that if you put your like right hand through it from the right side, you're pushing it left. So a flicker of flame kind of comes out like a little ball of flame, and it just rolls into the air and eventually like settles onto the sand, and just continues to burn there, just like a small little guy.
Maybe we need to combine the elements. Well, there's 4 elements and 4 of us. Maybe we should try to push them into each other.
In what?
Right.
I mean, an order might matter, an order might not.
Wait, are you Bria or who's Bria?
I'm Bria. Hello.
You're Bria. So Bria, if you went to Mist and Talby went to Fire, then Safi and we should pick one and see what happens. Or just see what happens if we go near it.
Yeah, I can do sand if you'd like to try water.
Yeah, I'll go to water.
I will go to sand.
Danny, did I see what Toady did? Does the thing in the middle block?
No, that is not a column. It's just kind of lifted a little bit off of so that and the 2 arrow points, they're lifted a little bit up, but yeah, you can see them.
Yeah. Hey Toady, if you use your other hand, do you think you get fire on my water?
I'll try to put my hand in the flame, but then like brush it towards.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
And
to do?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do, and it does exactly, I think, what Bria was expecting it to do, which is a little puff of fire comes out, travels it kind of skirts around the mist container and heads over, and then it just settles atop the water and just burns there, a little fire. So now you have a fire on both sides.
Yeah.
So now we just have to get a little fire on everything, and a little sand on everything, and a little et cetera, et cetera. I push my sand this way.
As you push the sand, you just push sand.
Oh, it did not work. No. Mm-mm.
It did not do the thing.
We'll try yours. Maybe everything needs to be pushed onto the sand. Bria, you try.
Sure. So I'm gonna undo the thing here and try to brush some mist onto the sand, likewise as I saw Tuati do.
Okay. So you push the mist towards the sand?
Yeah, just sure. Yes.
All right. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what happens. Is a little puff of mist comes out, and the smoke just sort of travels and streams along until it gets to the sand, and then it just sort of hovers in a point about 2 feet from the fire, but
Interesting. Pone, you try.
So you want me?
Push your water to the sand if you can.
I just take my foot and kick the water in the direction of the sand.
Unfortunately, what happens there is that you just kind of splash around in the water a little bit.
Which makes me more frustrated, so then I start stomping on the water because I'm annoyed.
Pone is now splashing around in the puddle.
I would advise against that. I'm not sure how delicate this is.
I'm imagining that
It's fine.
it's over here then.
I'm sure it's fine. Okay.
Okay, I guess I'm going to carry some of my... Can I pick up the sand with the fire and mist on it? Like, if I carry it, will it go with me?
You can try. So as you run your hands underneath the sand where the fire is and lift up, the fire just stays where it's at. So now you just and then no matter how you try, you can't get the fire to come with you. You can scoop up some sand, but...
Okay.
And we're gonna have to move things to the fire.
All right, I am going to take my sand to the water, because it looks like sand and water are not really movable. Put my sand in the water and then ask them to move their mist and fire over to the water and my sand together.
Okay. So as you stand and you're walking with the sand, of course is running out from between the cracks in your fingers and your palm. And no matter how you try to cup your hand, it doesn't seem to be able to stop that. It's like there's always some place for the sand to escape. And as you're walking back towards the bridge, by the time you get to the edge of the circle, all the sand has fallen out of your hands.
I go back. I take off my scarf. I put the sand in my scarf like a bag and try again.
Okay. As you walk with the scarf, it parts of the scarf kind of slip to reveal little openings for the sand to come out, and even as you get that all tied in, it almost as if the sand becomes really fine and is able to go through the particles of the scarf itself. Also, as it falls and you don't see the trail of sand behind you, it's
note to self.
This is magic. Some
That's
kind
not
of
gonna
magic.
work. Okay. You mentioned, Danny, that there were other things strewn about, like barrels. Can I go examine what's in that set of things?
So some of the containers, they seem to contain mostly. So if it's a box, it's got sand in it, like this sand. If there's a barrel, it's got water in it. There's other things around too that are just kind of strewn about. Let's see.
I have kind of a history question that I'm curious about, Danny, when you get a chance.
Okay.
I'm wondering if there's any lore that we would have as elves, like any nursery rhymes about the elements or anything that might be useful to this particular challenge.
Make a history check.
And I'm going to make a perception check while I'm looking through this stuff, which will not help me. Wow. I see nothing.
At all.
You see things.
You barely perceive the barrel.
You see things. You do not recall any particular nursery rhyme or old wisdom about the elements. You don't recall anything about this bridge either. And as you are thinking about it, you just kind of realize how much must have changed in the time that the elves have been gone, and what must have shifted around, and how what the history that the elves had in the past. Probably a lot of it doesn't really apply at this point.
Once we figured this out, let's make a nursery rhyme about this in case this ever happens again.
Agreed. I think that that's something that we are definitely going to do for our ancestors.
Yes.
To be.
Yes.
Descendants? Descendants. Yeah, that makes more sense.
So anyway, the clue that was given is the sum of what you know will balance the seals. What do we know?
Well, knowledge comes from books, as I'm a wizard, so I'm going to look for a book in this pile of things.
You do not find a book in the pile of things.
I pull out my spell book and see if that's what it needs. I guess it's a book.
All right. So you take your spell book and place it where?
In the center?
In the center of... Oh, and the skull is watching. Like, as you guys are moving around, it's kind of turning to face you and watch and see what you're doing.
Is the skull laughing at us because we're not getting it quickly?
It's just watching.
If it had
no
eyebrows,
judgment,
it would
that's
be raised.
Yeah. It's not related to that skeleton from the last unicorn, who was a major D-bag.
or
guy.
Bob from the Dresden Files.
Bob's nicer.
I
All
like
right, so you place the book down.
and say ta-da, because I'm very much expecting this to work.
As you say ta-da,
Great.
the two, like where the areas come in on that circle of magic, it kind of opens up a little bit, as if making an entryway for you to walk forward to the skeleton.
I advance because Safi believes in her heart that books hold all knowledge.
Books, they do hold knowledge. One moment.
I think I'm going to die, guys. Alex thinks that. Safi's fully confident.
I don't think you're gonna die. I do wish that this would...
Death is such
Okay, there we go.
such an extreme word.
That's strange. All right. So as you do so, there is... it looks down, and then it looks across at the one side, and then it looks across at the other side. And then it looks back at you. Very well. And you hear this ka-chunk as whatever's locking, maybe, like you feel like the locks on the scale have been undone, and then the scale starts to kind of go back and forth. And it actually just starts to really teeter towards the sand side. So the sand side is just going down like pretty fast until it gets to about 15 degrees, and then it stops. And the skeleton just the skull looks at you and, incorrect. And then you kind of get shoved back out of the triangle, and it kind of closes up a little bit. And then you start to hear laughter. Tittering laughter just kind of coming from all around, all sides of the cliff. And as you look up and around, you realize that there's little beings just apparently having watched you do all this. And they start hopping down onto the bridge and charging at you.
Guys, the book didn't work.
It did something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and place these things down.
Pone, are you okay on the really, really tilted side of the...
No, I was on the sand side, so nothing's on the sand side now.
Yes, but Pone was on the water side.
Oh yeah, she's tilted up.
Yeah, it's tilted up. It's only like 15 degrees, so it's not like super steep or anything. But yeah, it's it definitely moved up regardless of Panay kind of standing on it. So there's that to consider.
That's exciting.
Go ahead and do this.
Sum of all knowledge. Safi's like muttering to herself, of course books should be the sum of all knowledge. Maybe I should have just offered my own brain. My brain has a lot of knowledge. I don't know if they would have thought about that. I'm more preoccupied with the fact that the book failed than the fact that we're being rushed by little things.
All right.
Maybe I'll try Mage Hand after this. I wonder if I could Mage Hand some of that sand over. Or some of the water. I'll try that with water, maybe.
You can try some of these buckets and put the sand in there. Maybe they're magic buckets.
That's neat. I think after dealing with the little things that are marching toward us, that might be a good shot next.
Oh, yeah, we have to deal with the things. Damn.
So
I mean, I guess we don't have to.
You put your book there, and it made the scale shift. And the puzzle says the sum of what we all know will tip the scales. So what if we all put a bit of our knowledge into that space and see if it all balances out? And as Roland, maybe that's all of our like class, something from each of our classes. Maybe if we put something from each of our classes representative of ourselves, maybe that's what will balance. I mean, worth a try.
Could we ask for a hint? Maybe we should ask the skull for a hint.
Good luck.
That was out of character when I said that.
How fast are these beings ascending on us? Do we have another turn to like try to go through the thing again, or?
They're moving pretty quick. Even in the short time that you've been kind of debating this, they are about halfway across the bridge. Yep. Okay.
Okay, let's all run through at once and see if that works.
So everyone's going to throw something onto the pedestal and.
Yeah.
What? What?
Can we jump on the pedestal? Can we like all fit on there?
I'm going to, since I'm thinking about what my knowledge is, I guess it's monkness. So I
you have to cut your little hair tassel off and put it on there.
There are some prices too high to pay.
Violating my imagination. I will do some sort of, well, you know what? I'm going to do a handstand on that thing and get into like a upside down like meditation pose. That's my contribution of my knowledge as a monk.
Okay, so you start doing yoga.
Yeah, basically.
I'll stand on there with my staff out.
I'll do some. I have a dancing light cantrip. I'll try my dancing light cantrip. I guess this is sure dancing lights.
What if the sum of what we all know is just what's in front of us, and we just feed it to the skull, like the elements?
Also a good try. We could try that. But come jump up here and see what happens.
Jump up here first and see what happens.
Just to rule it out.
So I am presuming then that you do head over towards the thing, Leah, with Panay and stand on there with them?
Panay does, but Panay is experiencing extreme frustration because the water didn't do it Panay wanted the water to do. So they're still trying to process that.
Okay, so once you've done that and you've turned to the skull looks at you. It kind of looks beyond you and then back at you, and then the things open again, inviting you to step inside. And by the way, you guys didn't notice that. So.
Oh, great. Cool.
But yeah, you step inside. The scales start to. You hear this the unlock mechanism again, as if they had been locked in place before. It unlocks again, and doesn't move at all. And the skull just goes, incorrect, and just again shoves everybody out of the thing. So now here you are, and now there's another sound, a sort of raucous screaming sound as more creatures start descending down from the cliffs.
I don't think the skull liked that much. I got to be honest.
Yeah, so that's
All right. You guys fight. I'll get a barrel and try to see if we can put a sand in a barrel.
Sure.
Go to grab a barrel and run to get sand in it and see if that will hold it. Maybe they're magic barrels.
okay, so let's go ahead and have everyone kind of roll some initiative now to determine when things will happen, and we'll get
I
going.
didn't roll initiative. I rolled intelligence. That was the wrong thing to roll.
At least you saved.
I did. I had mad intelligence save on that.
Yeah. Do we get like a sense of what we're supposed to do from that save?
No.
I'm just thinking really hard about it.
All right. Let me get a couple rolls in here. 1 and 2. Yeesh. I apologize for rolling a 20.
Okay.
All right. Not that it really super duper matters, but
It's intelligence. It's not.
all right. So, as you are preparing for or whatever Safi is kind of deciding that she's going to do, these creatures are definitely moving up. The ones in front are pretty fast. The ones in the back seem a little messier and are moving not quite as quickly. So,
Great. The only thing better than solving a puzzle is solving a puzzle under supreme duress.
Yeah, they're super fast.
That is
Like literally like doing that crawl thing across the bridge where they're just like skittering up super annoyingly.
Is this the correct amount, Annie? Out
Yeah.
of character. Okay.
Of bad guys, of monsters that are like swarming over you. Yeah.
To give us motivation. Because we weren't already motivated.
I'm really motivated. I'm super motivated.
I mean, I'm feeling desperate.
All the motivation.
Yeah.
They don't seem to. They also seem to be able to travel through this the skull's little fence fairly easily. So so there's that. Let's we'll do this, this, this. Poney, you'll be here. So that these guys, so that you can murder these ones.
I like that you have that much faith in us. I appreciate that.
I have full faith in your ability to deal with these things.
He does not. He wants to kill us.
But not before they get to try and do things like murder to you. So, we're gonna start with this one, right? Should be set up. All right. Well, that's annoying.
Safi continues to mutter to herself under her breath, like thinking like what else could be like the answer to this riddle. She's very distracted right now.
What is your armor class there for Taudi?
17.
Okay. Jesus.
I don't like how many dice are happening right now. I'm
Yeah,
just
neither
going to
do
be
I. What
honest
the
with
hell?
you.
Every single one of them
Okay.
attacks me.
No, 3 of them attacked you.
Oh, then only 3.
Only 3 of them attacked you. Let's try this then. Okay, so I don't know why that first guy is not working right, but whatever. Here we go. And 1, 2. You got hit 3, 4 times as these little razor daggers, and they're just like just whipping them at you. They're really quick. They're like super fast. And that is the damage you took from that. Next up, if you're Safi, this is going to be sad for you, but here we go. What is Safi's armor class?
It is 15.
All of them. Wait. You got hit a bunch. 3, 4, 5. But you're not dead.
We're also still stuck on this bridge.
8. It didn't actually apply the damage to you, though. Thought I had you targeted, but I guess I did not.
Yeah, I don't see it yet.
Yeah, there's something wonky going on. So let's see here. That was 16. 4, 41.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
Grudge.
Yep, down you go. All right, so
So it definitely wasn't the spells.
all right. So on to Pone, whose armor class is 19.
Okay, Panay is a completely new character for me, so I'm
5,
not sure what to do with them.
6. Smash things. It's almost 100% murder. Is Panay's shtick. Panay can murder up to 10 feet away and can murder 3 times per turn. And
So then when I go ahead.
I was going to say these things are really annoying because they've got like these little knives that are like this big, and they're just like sticking you with them, and so they're little like it's like paper cuts, little bitty super annoying paper cuts that are it just you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right. Okay. Next up is the ones that are attacking Priya.
How do we always lose the initiative battle?
I have a 15, but I do have my chainmail shirt on. I don't know if that will do anything, but
For initiative?
yes. For my armor class, I have 15, but I have a chainmail
15?
shirt on. Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You get hit 4 times. See if that set it up right. No. No. I don't know what's going on with the targeting right now, but 3 and 4.
Was there a targeting issue?
There is a targeting issue right now, so I'm
Stay on
having
target.
to roll on stuff. All right, so that is some damage that you took, which is 32 plus that. Okay, so
I'm not a fan of that at all. I just want to let you know.
Bria,
Hello.
what would you like to do in the face of absolute shenanigans? Hint, it's Green Flame Blade.
Okay. I was gonna try my Vampiric Touch, but I'll happily do Green Flame Blade if that seems like a better idea.
So because what happens with the Green Flame Blade is it will lash out. It'll hit the guy you're first hitting, and then it will continue to hit things beyond for a certain amount of damage.
Okay.
Let me make sure you're set at the right damage. All right, so 1d8.
Alex, you have inspiration, by the way.
I'm gonna need it.
Yes.
All right, so and one more, which is this. Had an effect. Damage is 3d8. And then this one is... All right, so go ahead and choose one to attack.
Okay. I'll choose number 2, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Did I do that?
So it's just it's an attack roll. So go ahead and make an attack roll with your weapon.
I just don't know if I chose it because yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's properly targeted or not, but we'll figure it out.
The little man on the Green Flame Blade first?
Nope. You want to hit the attack first.
Okay.
And 29. That is going to hit. So now you're going to hit the man on the Green Flame Blade.
Man on the Green Flame Blade.
Okay, now before you do anything else, let me go ahead and make sure you're targeted. You said on number 2.
On number 2.
So you are targeted on number 2. It is not wanting to do it. All right, so click on, so go to your damage on your character sheet.
Yes.
So where it says 1d8 plus 5, just grab and drag that on top of the token.
Okay.
There you go. So that is the thing that happened. Which is that it is very much dead. You incinerate it immediately. And then +4. The fire lashes out at that point to the next one. Fuck, did that. Intelligence, great. All right, and this is also fire. So now you have a damage button that you can see.
Yes.
So you're going to drag that damage blood dot to the next creature that the one that maybe is next to you, or one that's probably the one that's next to you.
Yeah, I do that now?
Yes.
All right. We'll do that to 18.
All right. So that one also just the fire lashes out and catches it, and it starts to just burn.
Sweet.
So that was this one. Okay. And you brandish the weapon instead of just continuous fires.
Yeah. Tongues.
I'm fairly certain you can continue to make your attack actions at this point.
Oh, okay.
Because you still have 3 attacks. So
Great.
if you make your next attack.
With the same weapon, or do I have to use a different weapon?
It's the same weapon, so you would drag that the attack over the character that you're trying to hit.
All right, I love that. I'm a fan of that.
Love that journey.
Well, that's the damage. You want to hit it first, which is the box with the dice.
All right, yes. Oh, that just landed on the map. That didn't actually do anything. Okay, I'm trying to target 27, and that didn't do anything. So.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of have to zoom in. The name of the creature will pop up if it's safe to drop it.
Okay. I love that journey for me. Okay, there it is.
Yeah,
Nice.
you hit it. So, but it does not die from that. You have one more attack. So go ahead and do that one more time. That's a hit. So go ahead and do the damage.
And do I need to click the little man again, or is that?
You don't have to. No, that was the first action was your casting of that, and so that gets spent. Okay, so yeah, you have killed that one. It goes flying off the bridge and dissipates into mist and dust. Do you want to move at all?
Can I would like to move. Actually, no, I don't want to move. Can I give Pone haste? Would that be a good idea?
So you've used your action. So the only thing you can do is use anything that's a bonus action.
Okay. Can I bonus action to give myself a potion?
You can, yes, you can grab a potion and drink it or be ready with it.
I would love to drink a potion because I'm at 34 and I don't like that number being so high.
Okay. What potion are you drinking?
Potion of superior healing.
All right. So go ahead and roll 8d4. So if you pick up the 4-sided dice down there, and then you can right-click it instead of pick it up, rather, and it should give you some multipliers. So you can do like a 5 and then roll that, and then a 3 and roll it. Okay, so there's 10.
3.
11. So that's 21 plus 8 is 29 hit points back.
Nice.
I love that journey for me.
Okay. So that was your turn. Next up is Safi, who needs to make a death save, but you do get advantage on this death save.
Okay, here we go. So I hit that, and then the death save button. Uh-oh.
Oop.
That's too many.
So,
Okay, so oh my god. If I fail this one after I rolled a 20, I'm gonna be mad, but I rolled too many dice.
you're good, it says. You did roll twice, because I think you clicked it twice.
Yeah, I double click because normally I drag and I thought it was a double click.
Yeah. The only one that's the only things that are double clicks are the ones, yeah, I don't know. It's annoying to me that some are double click and some are not.
Right?
And I can't think of why.
Yeah.
If I could think of why.
One way or the other, and then I'd be fine. Just be consistent.
Yeah. So if it looks like it's on a button, it's a single click. Like that's how you tell, but I don't know why they did that.
Interesting.
Like just make them all be buttons. I'm gonna give it to you. So you're up at 1 hit point. This way, when it's their turn again, they can murder you. Taudi,
Jesus.
Love it.
it's your turn.
I'm gonna attack this one. Creature number 3 with an attack.
Okay.
Attacking with an attack.
That's a hit.
Ooh, that's a hit. Damage.
You punch that thing right off the damn cliff or the bridge.
Wow.
I will use my second attack, which will be a kick to the one above. Ooh, boy.
You kick it in the head and it kind of stumbles back, but it is still there.
Flurry of blows.
All right.
So 2 more attacks. I'll attack it once more. Hit.
Yep. Because it's so quick, you barely glance it on the chin, but it's enough to break its neck. Because
Then
they're
my
only
last
little.
flurry of blows hit to the one next. Creature 10.
There you go. All right. Okie doke. So, not quite as fast are these slobbery guys.
Oh, there's a different one.
That just means they're bigger.
I know,
Great.
that's why I looked at the combat tracker and I was like, what? Didn't you hear my voice? When I was looking at the combat tracker.
No, it's not a big deal. You got
It's
a whole
just that every time we guess incorrectly, we're gonna get attacked by things, which is no pressure at all.
Yeah. A little miscalculation just on the first set of attackers on your part, but not your fault. But I think you'll be fine. Next up is Panay. So Panay has three attacks that she can make with Frostmaw, which is a very large, refined glaive of freezing energy.
Frosty murder.
Frosty murder.
Murder served iced.
And so
Oh.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and just double click the attack button next to Frostmaw to see if you hit this one next to you on the bridge.
I'm hitting the shield. It's not.
No, not the shield. It's the dice. The dice with the plus 11 in it. So you want to double click that.
I see it.
See, some double click, some single click. It's very confusing.
I agree.
So that we'll hit it again.
Did it go?
I rolled it, but maybe it didn't go through. Let me hit it again.
There you go.
Ooh, nat 20. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Overkill.
Go ahead and roll the damage. I'm just gonna
frustrated.
I'm gonna kill that many worth of things as long as your damage makes it. So you're gonna kill 27. So you actually kill two of them outright because it's a glaive. You're sweeping across.
Can you describe what a glade is?
So it's a long pole, and at the end is a kind of like a enlarged spear, like blade head.
Like a scythe? Like a scythe?
Not like a scythe, but it's so like if you have a spear that has like a curved blade at the end, right? This one is like that, except like instead of being a small blade, it's a big blade. Almost like a cleaver, but then with the point at the end.
I was gonna say put a cleaver at the end of a long pole, and that's basically what it is.
So we're going to kill off
That's super
this
cool.
one, this one, and this one takes some damage. So that is that. All right, that's attack number 1. You have a second attack.
No wonder why these vines were baby vines for her.
Baby vines.
Them. Sorry.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit these little others again.
Yeah. So that is going to be a hit, And go ahead and roll the damage now again. Yep. That one turns into ice and then just shatters right afterwards. And then you have a third attack that you can make. You don't even have to move to do it because your reach is 10. That is a hit. Oh, it does not go down, just under the amount needed. So you only killed 3. That's all. As the creatures all kind of dance around, Safi, you're still on the ground, so they're not actually going after you until you give some indication that you're alive.
Great. I play dead.
Please be alive.
All right, so you want to attack you. I don't understand why that's not working, but fine, whatever. 1. I'm going to... all the times that you want to update this. Miss. See if it rolls 2 attacks instead of... nope, it adds them together. So that's still a hit, 15 hits. And critical.
Jesus.
1. So the first one is 11, 7, 7. 28, 18, 25.
Is my HP doesn't look like it's right. Are you manipulating that, or am I having to do that?
It should have gone through. So let's see, 28 now, and then it was 30. What? I'll just say it's 30 last time since. So it was 30 something, but I'm not going to go back and read it. This targeting thing is messing me up. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
forever a grudge about targeting.
all right. Next up, this guy. See, it says that they're targeted properly. It's let's see if it works. No. Well, that doesn't hit anyway.
And it's just not your day. First you were like almost killed by vines, and now you're almost killed by tittering shadow fey creatures. Like, not your day.
So the next one hits you. It is also a critical hit for 13 points. I don't know if that puts you down. It does not. So you're still up and not dead yet. This one goes after you. Target. It worked that time. 1, 2, 3. So 2 hits. Again, just these little knife letter opener cuts onto Panay. Mostly enough to make her mad. Bria.
Hello. So can I see / hear the slobbering ones that are coming up?
Oh, they're slobbering very loudly. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Can I magic missile 60?
I mean, you can magic missile out to 60 feet easily enough. I don't think that you can magic missile 60 of them.
So the number 60, because that's one of the numbers.
Okay. So number 60 is the one that you want to get. So let's see if we can make this happen.
Is there any way
Yes.
I can help?
You are targeted upon it. So go ahead and open up your magic missile and hit that damage button 3 times. Okay. So that was your action. It does kind of knock it back a little bit, but it is still moving in your direction.
Great.
Do you want to move at all?
Not at the moment, no.
Okie doke. Safi.
Okay, so while I'm still laying down, I'm going to drink a potion. I pull from my bag my last remaining potion of superior healing, which is the 40 D4. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, they don't have 8. They have 4.
You can pick it up also and just right click a bunch of times and it will multiply the dice for you.
Just do it in 2 chunks. All right, 1.
12, 20, and oop, that's 6-sided.
Oh, yeah, ignore that. Let me do that again. 12,
30
10.
points.
All right. And then with my action, I stand up.
So that is not your action. It's just move. It's half your movement.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can still do a thing now.
Great. I still am interested in trying to solve this while we're doing this. So I'm actually gonna. Will I take an attack of opportunity if I do something else? How close are they to me?
If you step out of their threat range, you will indeed take an attack of opportunity.
Target all of them and see who's closest. Map is too big. Okay. Yep, so the one closest to me, then I will go ahead and attack.
Before you attack, I just want to check out something. These are things that your character would see as well.
Okay. Oh, I could also use my mage hand if I want to stay still and still do stuff.
I'm fairly certain that's 1, 2, 3, 4. If you wanted to lightning bolt that, there's at least 4, 5. Yep, actually you'd hit all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I lightning bolt all of them. That seems like a great idea.
Yeah, you just have to move, and that would take you would get an attack of opportunity, but then you would get all of them.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, so here comes this guy.
Let me get my things ready to do that.
He's going to attack. He's going to attack, I said. He misses, actually.
Okay.
So
and
that's good for you. And then
I will attack.
Actually moving this direction.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, get me.
So that you can hit. All right, so now let's go on to Safi and let's get you targeted properly.
Thank you.
1. Okay. That is 43 and 10.
All right, I'm ready.
1.
Nope.
There's that one. There's this one. And then I've got to target the others. It's still working. It's just 35, 30, and 25. 35, 30, and 25.
Safi's lining up her shot.
Yep. All right, you're all set. So
I click attack. I double click attack.
Nope, not attack on your spell. Find lightning bolt.
Yes, I'm in lightning bolt.
Make sure you're expanded out.
Yep.
And then you're going to click on the button next to save, not attack.
Oh.
And it's just a single button, single hit. Boom. All right. And now some of them saved, some of them didn't. Go ahead and hit your damage.
Oh, I saw damage.
Okay.
I'm okay with
Dead.
that.
Dead. 1, 2, that's it. Okay, that one should have just been dead. 30, got 30, and I see it. Okay, so 2 of them died. The little guys in front of you apparently are super quick. and we're able to just dodge out of the way completely.
Before the turn is over, can I use my reaction to use my sentinel feat to attack the one that attacked what's the name of your character?
Safi.
Safi?
Yes, I believe so. Let me double check the reading of that sentinel. When you hit a creature provokes from even if they disengage, makes an attack against a target other than you. Yep. Boom.
So we'll do a regular attack. And it's 10, right? That attacked?
It is 10, yes.
Oh. Whiff. Cool.
However, it is your turn to now just do your regular attacks.
All right, let's do it. So first attack on the same one. Hits.
Okay.
Nice. Second attack. Flurry of blows. Hit, come on. Hey, there we are.
All right, so just a couple of quick spins and sweeps, and you just eventually are able to knock these little guys out.
Do the Ryu hurricane kick.
Right. All right, so there's this one left, and these guys are up now. So what is 60? They're gonna avoid the lightning. They literally give you birth, like they go around you completely.
Works for me.
On this one, however, it actually runs in such a way that Pone is actually able to get an attack of opportunity off on it. And that one is number 55. So Pone, let's get an attack roll and and if it hits, a damage roll. As this thing is trying to scoot past you, but
Oh.
Yeah.
So it actually, as it's sweeping past, you manage to reach out and just lop off its head. That was a mistake on its part, trying to get past you like that. Okay, and then these ones up here are going to move up. One is going to catch up to Bria. The other one is just not close enough, but they don't get their actions because they spent all their actions running up on you. Okay, next up is Panay. It's actually it's your turn actually. So
there's 1, 2, there's 3, actually 4. There's 3 around. What if I use my shield?
To do.
I don't know. I saw there's a move with a shield where you can throw it or spin it, but maybe I was reading.
So you can try to shove this one off the bridge with your shield. Number 8, because it's over on the side like that. Your shield is animated though. You don't have to hold it to use it. So you can actually like just set it out and tell it to be a shield. And then it will. It doesn't attack things on its own. You just don't have to hold it while it's protecting you.
Okay. I guess I'm trying to figure out if I can use it as a weapon or if I just use it to protect me while I'm using a weapon.
To protect you as you're using a weapon.
Okay.
A fighter is the most basic generally, and particularly the subclass. So a lot of your action is just, I've got a big stick with a knife at the end of it, and I cut things in half with it.
Respect.
I love that journey for you.
And do it very well.
Yeah.
But I'm going after number 8.
Thank you for that, John.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Thank you to Emmy-winning show Schitt's Creek for that.
All right.
Yes.
So one of them dead. The one in front of you that finished him off, and then you still have 2 more attacks. So do you want to try and shove that one off the cliff?
Yeah, I want to shove him off the cliff.
All right. Just do an attack roll. Don't do the damage roll.
Shove, shove, shove.
Okay, that is pretty good. Now you're going to make an athletics check. So that's under your skills. Oh, geez.
Athletics. Oh, no, it's
I
not
have my
common.
I have my doubts about this one. Beating that, I super have my doubts. Yeah, no. Okay, so yeah, you shove that one right off the cliff, and it goes falling.
Amazing.
You still
Love
have 1 action left, and you don't even have to move to hit this the other one that had run up on you, because of your reach.
Okay,
So you
so
can just
can I just shove
stand-
that one off the door?
No, because you not in this like you could start shoving it, but you wouldn't get it in this turn because that one was like right on the edge. So
Oh my god!
what the heck
What?
is even going
Nat
on
20
right
again?
now? That's
This is
Energy.
amazing.
The energy
That
we
means we're all
need.
gonna get ones. She's taking all the nap.
What? I have never seen that many of like in one session by the same person. Wow.
every turn she's had a nat 20.
Oh my god.
No, she's had 2 turns and she's had 3 nat 20s.
Yeah. I'm very impressed.
So
Sophie's like, thank goodness Pone's here.
those are your actions. Bria, you're up.
Can I green flame blade my dancing rapier?
No, it has to be a weapon you were wielding. I mean, you can, but you have to be holding it.
Okay, never mind then. So I'm gonna actually, I want to. The thought process is dancing rapier, the one in front of me, and then the number 23 back there should still be within my 30 feet, which is the rapier's thing. So that's my thought process.
You're thinking about throwing the rapier out to attack this guy and then moving to the other one?
Yes. Is
All
that
right, let me double check.
a bad idea? Is that
So-
illegal?
What you can do is the exact same thing, but instead of you moving away from the creature, you throw the scimitar at the other one for it to attack, and then you just fight this one, which will then not incur the attack of opportunity that you would otherwise incur.
Great. I love that journey for me. I'm a big fan. So I guess I'm going to dancing rapier number 23 and then come back to number of which I can't tell what it is because it won't tell me what number it is. Whatever the one is to my right.
Yeah, that one's a very special one.
All right.
It won't tell you because it's standing on the water.
Oh, that's what it was.
It's
I
this
was like,
one.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Or the
So,
mist.
so,
No, I was standing. It was. I mean, it could run through the mist. It doesn't care.
yeah.
But what happens is what I want to know when it does.
Okay, so when it ran through the mist, it just ran through the mist. That's all.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and do your magic, the dancing rapier attack
Okay.
and the damage.
I actually love that I can just like do it right over the thingy bob.
All right, and then you want to do your own attacks on. I guess this is 35.
I have
Yes.
3 attacks, so I could attack 23 twice and then 35 once, right?
You can attack with the dancing rapier. You get a 4th attack, so you can attack this one, and if it dies, you can then move and do your other 2 attacks.
So I can attack 23 again if it dies, then I can attack 35?
Well, 35, because that's where you're at. Your dancing rapier is over here on the other guy, so
Okay.
you can attack this guy first. 35, right next to you with the rapier in your hand.
Right. I love that. Okay. Good times. We're gonna do that. That's a miss. I'm gonna try that again because I.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can. It's that is a hit. That is not a miss.
Okay. Do I still have Green Flame Blade on, or is that gone now? I don't know how long it lasts.
No, you don't have it on. You could just you just hit the normal damage.
Okay.
All right. Down it goes.
Sweet.
And do you want to move up to the other one to attack it?
The Dancing Rapier is still right there though, so I can
It
attack
is.
it with, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
It can't. It can't. It only gets the one attack though.
Oh, okay. So I need to move up. I mean, if I move up, can I still attack it?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I'm a fan of that. I love that journey for me.
I love it too.
This episode is all about that journey.
It's all about the journey.
All right, Safi, what would you like to do?
Safi's going to see if she can figure out the thing to make this all work. So while this has been going on, she's been thinking about the sum of all knowledge. And so she was thinking, okay, maybe the sum of all knowledge is so small for humanity of the elves that we could fit on the grain of one single sand. So she thought about that, but then remembered couldn't move the sand when we tried. The sum of all knowledge could also be fire, because fire consumes everything and therefore it might be the sum of something. Fire is also the closest to Safi at this moment, so she's going to take a barrel and put fire in it and try running through the thing again.
Okay, so your action right now is to grab a barrel and move it towards the fire. So that is your action. Taudi,
Attack!
this little guy ran up on you. Make him regret. Regret number 1.
Regret number 2.
Regret number 2.
Regret number 2. I can't be in the Great British Bake Off.
Okay.
That is, I have also that regret. Also, I don't have the skills necessary, but it's still regret.
It is dead. Would you like to go and make the other one regret?
No, actually, I would use my bonus action to take a potion.
Okay.
Cause
please don't die. That would be great.
Because I hurt.
Okie dokie. Now.
Greater healing?
So, is that the one you're taking? What's that one give you?
I'm not sure. What's the? But let me see.
Here, I can press on it too.
4d4. Yeah, I'll take a.
Yeah, 4d4 plus 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I do +2/+2 and then roll a d4?
You can you can just grab the 4. Right click on the 4-sided die and go to the 4 times, and then just roll it into the thing.
I swear, if this barrel of fire makes fire tittering Shadow Fae appear, you're not in charge of this anymore. I'm just letting you know if that's what happens.
I mean, that's
11.
very likely going to happen, so I apologize in advance.
Anything could happen, theoretically.
I'll use my movement
somehow
to back
more
up off
ominous.
Okay.
I'll go right here.
So this guy, he is. First of all, you realize as they're next to you that he's a little bit smelly, but he is going to try to
Bad slobbering Shadow Fae. No.
Yeah, when you cut him, like ooze like puddles out of him in front, and onto the ground there, and you are grossed out, but that's it.
That's fair.
Panay, what would you like to do?
It's like starting from all of this hard fighting and would really like to eat an Elven burger and fries, but since there's no such thing, they try to collect themselves and They really think that the key is to put all the elements together and throw them into the skull. But they don't know how they're going to convince Safi, because Safi already has something in the barrel. So they just kind of stand there puzzled, trying to figure out how they be persuasive.
Okay. So what's the action though? Is there anything that she's actually they're actually doing?
Just the furrowed brow.
What's that?
Just the furrowed brow.
Okay. Right. So we're back up to Bria. Just tell us how this happens. It's you and your dancing later are going to work on this thing.
Yes. So it's like, I don't know if there's an Elvish equivalent of a pinata, but it's kind of like that, just going off the bridge. Like, it's like whacking and slicing and down.
All right.
I have no idea
Yeah,
if I heard that or not.
just spinning and hitting and eventually just cut down. It's about 5 seconds. Hello, everybody. We are back. The bridge has been cleared of all challengers, and we are in the midst of trying again to see if we can set up a balance of some sort for this fulcrum. I just want to make a quick note that depending on the circumstances and the type of creatures you use, a challenge rating 7 encounter can be quite worrisome for a party of 4 13th level characters.
Noted.
If done correctly. So just
I mean, to be fair, we had come out of a fight where, you know, we also had hit points taken. I was already halfway down. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, this is just for like GMs, because a lot of times GMs are, you know, you're trying to make your encounters and you're like, well, what if I did this and this? Just be careful that sometimes you might think it's going to be easy, and then one of your PCs goes down in the first round, and you're like, oh, I hope I didn't mess up.
Talking about me. That's what he's talking about right now.
Kenner Mage said would tell you that that's every game that I run with him in it, but that's only because I like to punish them. I'm just kidding. I don't like to do that. That's not all right. So back into the game. Moving on. Right. So as the last of these creatures are pushed off of the bridge, Safi has this barrel and is trying to do what with it?
Yeah, so Safi has been thinking about this, and obviously the book didn't work. And to Safi, like, okay, that's the sum of all, call it elf knowledge. So maybe we should be nihilistic about this, as in maybe all of what elf humanity knows about could be in a single grain of sand, but the sand didn't move. So if we're trying to say, you know, it's really nothing, perhaps it's fire, because fire consumes everything and is kind of a representation of nothing. So I have gone up and I am next to the fire with the barrel, and I'm going to try that cool swoop thing and put my fire into the barrel and bring it through the portal again.
Okay. So as you push the fire, it doesn't go into the barrel. It just kind of sweeps past and heads towards the sand over on the side. And then it sits there.
That didn't work. I put my barrel over the fire and try to scoop it up that way. Like, whoosh.
Yeah, so you do that, and again, every time you interact with the fire, it pushes some in a direction, and so this time another whiff of fire heads over towards the water, and then eventually finds a spot and sort of hovers there.
Okay, then I will push it in the direction of the door narrowway.
Getting what you're trying to do. You're trying to direct the direction that the fire gets pushed out, and it seems to be almost like it's on a track. Like if it gets pushed out, it's going directly to one spot or the other. It's not. There's not another direction that it wants to go at all.
This doesn't seem to be working the way I expected it to.
You want me
Okay.
to try Mage Hand?
Yeah. Actually, I could try Mage Hand. I try Mage Hand.
Okay, you cast Mage Hand, and then you try to again push.
Or I'm gonna try grabbing this time. Like,
Okay. Yeah. So when you try to grab it, it doesn't. There's not really anything to grab, so it's almost like you're trying to cup the fire a little bit, and then
scoop.
just pull it out and like keep it in your hand. But as soon as the fire comes out, it actually just kind of just starts going in the direction of the water that it just happens to be a little bit closer to as you had pulled it out.
Okay, then I will go take my barrel to the water, take a bucket of water, and bring it to the fire, and see if it'll go in my bucket then.
The fire is refusing to cooperate.
Okay.
You're like, get in the... And every time you manipulate the fire, another puff of fire goes in one of the two directions. And as you step back, you realize there's like 7 puffs of fire dancing on the sand, and like 3 puffs of fire or 4 puffs of fire dancing over the water, and a seemingly limitless amount of fire that you can continue pushing out in either direction.
I don't want to be critical, but I kind of think you're making it worse, and it's not too critical or anything, but maybe that's not the answer.
Yeah, I think we're trying to retrofit this too hard. Okay. Other
if I stab the
suggestions?
skeleton, I could stab the skeleton.
I don't think that's gonna do it. But thank you, Bria, for the input.
I mean, it sips some creatures on us. Clearly it understands violence. I'm just saying it is an option.
Bria Bond.
All right, then. You know what? You're right. Let's forget the fire. Let's go try to get the mist and put the mist in the bucket.
Okay, I'm going to try this first. Let's see if anything happens. Mist, go to the skeleton. And I'm just going to stand there and I'm just going to shout at the mist and see if the mist responds to vocal commands.
You're almost surprised as you yell at the mist, and then maybe 2 seconds later, you hear your own voice kind of return back as an echo across the cavern. Just because you're kind of expecting something to happen, so then when your voice comes back, mist, it kind of makes you jump a little, but nothing happens with the mist itself.
Okay. Well, it's not voice activated, so that's the important thing that we've learned here.
I also think the problem might be my bucket, so I switch out to one of the other barrels.
Okay.
Well,
so now you're rolling the barrel around and trying to like get it all done. And meanwhile, the sand, you can't even see the sand at this point. So much mist and fire is over the sand pit. The water is you kind of can tell that it's like a pool of water, but again, there's so much fire and mist hovering over it that it's really not easy to see.
Okay, so we try to put the mist into the barrel. We try to bring the barrel into the narrow area.
Okay, so you walk with the barrel and stand in front of the skull, which peers at you, and it looks over to one side, and it looks over to the other side, it looks back at you, looks at the barrel, looks back at you, and then the 2 sides open up, allowing you entrance to stand before him to see if you have balanced the scales.
Is it balanced?
As you slide the barrel in and stand there, the skeleton just kind of does that, and you hear this wind start to rush through the cavern as you look down, and you can see. Double check something here.
So I'm guessing that wasn't right.
I mean, at the end of everything, that's yeah, that's pretty much what we're getting at. 1 second though.
Oh, boy.
Let me just double check something.
I mean, guys, maybe the sign of the wind is a good thing. Who knows? Maybe that means this is going to open up. Mm-hmm.
I still say we should just stab the skeleton head. It understands violence.
I mean, it definitely has a sense of humor. There's that.
That's
It definitely has a sense of humor. That is true. All
you
right.
know any jokes? Maybe it likes jokes. Do elves do jokes in this time? I don't know if elves.
Why not?
joke.
We're a very diverse people.
That's true. Do you know any like elf? Do you have any elf humor?
Well, no,
in your
I
spellbook?
don't have that. No, it's not a joke book.
I go. I would assume that this skull has a sense of humor, but it is clearly lacking humorous.
Where's Sarah?
Where's Sarah? Yeah, someone go get Sarah for that.
The
the
skeleton head looks at you,
The end of the good Clockwork.
and then a spectral arm bone just kind of flops out and pops you in the head.
Killing me instantly. like true death.
Yeah. And then you did not have Towdy anymore. All right, so
no bad jokes.
cool. There we go. That's what I needed to see. As the locking mechanisms undo, and like I said, there's this wind howling now through. The scales kind of totter back towards the water side because they were weighted down on the fire side, and as it reaches a point where it is level, everyone holds their breath for just a moment, and then it just keeps going to the other side and then stops, and then you get shunted back out of the spot as there are two objects coming quickly up the chasm from one direction. Go ahead and make new initiative rolls.
Not intelligence saving, but initiative.
I mean,
Right.
at this point, we need some intelligence saving throws too, but let's be honest here.
Hey, that's better.
All right. So, what you see coming at you, very quickly, and I don't know if this is going to be identified or not, but hopefully it is not. I'd rather it says you don't know what it is, unidentified, but riding upon these steeds
Why?
are these
Nightmare.
creatures.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, there's more than one.
Well, there's two, and it's a rider and there's two sets, right?
Great. So there's two of each of them.
Yeah. Not 12 though. There's not 12.
At least there's not 12.
Yeah, at least there's not 12. So,
Maybe it doesn't like barrels. Did we do a barrel the first time? Maybe it's the barrels that are the problem.
Safi, you are first. Actually, you get to go before, and they're just coming up pretty quickly. They'll reach the bridge on their first turn, but they won't act probably until their next one. So you've got some time to think about what you want to do.
I'm not going to think. I'm going to immediately cast Fireball.
Okay,
That's what wizards do.
you're immediately casting Fireball. Let me go ahead and have you target them.
Yeah, I don't see him to target him.
There, yeah, I'll get you targeted.
And do I hit attack or save for this guy?
2, 3, 4. Save and then attack, and then the damage. So save because it's a saving throw. So
ready? Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty good. There were 1, 2, 3, 4 failures.
Nice.
So
right.
Everyone's going to take as much damage as they can from the fireball.
Oh, some resisted.
Yes, apparently fire horses.
Well,
don't.
That makes sense in retrospect.
All right. On their turn, so there's the first pair. And then it's Taudi.
I will stay where I am, and I will take the dodge action. And
Okay.
in frustration, I say, we've tried so many things. It's clear that the sum of what we know is absolutely nothing. And that's my turn.
Okay. The other rider is coming around from the bottom side. And there they are. Bria.
I'm gonna magic missile the horses. If they don't respond to fire, they might respond to missiles.
That's possible. So which one? There's the wicked one and the cackling one.
I'll go with wicked.
Wicked. All right. Let me go ahead and do that. Now, if you cast it at a higher level than 1, you do get an additional missile for each level you cast it at, but do note that each missile is only a 1d4 plus 1. So,
well, I have two third level spell slots I haven't used either. So how about I do the magic missile at third just to see what happens?
Okay, so that's going to be 5 missiles. So hit that 5 times.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Boom. They pummel into the steed. It whinnies and kind of rears back, even though it's in kind of midair, and then it is continuing its forward motion. The main weakness of Panay is that when things are not close enough to destroy, there's not a lot for Panay to do. However, you can use your second wind to get some of your hit points back. There we go. And so what your second wind will do is give you...
I'm hitting it, but it's not...
It gives you your fighter level, which is 13, plus... I want to say 1d10 plus your fighter level. So go ahead and roll a 1d10, which is the dice next to it's the third die from the left on the bottom.
This one.
And roll it into the. There we go. 8. That is 21 points back. All right. As you are preparing for. There we go. As you're preparing for the fight. So 21 back to you. That is. Okay. And then we are back to the top with Safi again.
Since I realized that, fire horses, probably fire's not great, I remember that I've got a Staff of Frost. Also, I know that my spell slots are getting low and this has charges. So I will use my Staff of Frost to go ahead and cast, I think, Wall of Ice? Yeah, Wall of Ice should be able to hit multiple people.
Okay, Wall of Ice.
Yes.
You create a wall of ice on a solid surface within range. So they are flying right now. So there's
right. So Ice Storm probably would be better.
Ice Storm could be good, and then Cone of Cold could be good if it has the range. I think it does. Yeah, those are both options. And Fog Cloud's probably not going to hurt anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ice Storm.
Ice Storm it is then.
Which one are you going to Ice Storm?
Let's go Wicked Hag and Wicked Nightmare.
All right. So you're going to Ice Storm those fellas.
Right, and it'll hit both of them, right? Or do I need to use?
Oh, it'll hit both. Yeah,
Okay.
they'll have a single roll. Well, they'll each roll. So you'll trigger it once, but yes, they will definitely have to roll to not get hit by that. So let me do this real quick. All right. Ice Storm is radius. Make sure I get everything in it. A 20-foot radius.
Great.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
Oh,
why did that roll?
Sorry.
I have too many selected. Yep, sorry.
That's on me. My okay was for the storm itself that I was putting down. For you, it is that, and that. All right. Yeah, go ahead and hit the button now for save.
Okay. So that's not the D20?
It's the same button you just. No, it's not that one. It's because that was you attacking with the frost. You're going to go down to where your spell wizards are, level 4. And you are going to. I'm going to make sure this is correct.
You're right.
It's not correct right now. Okay. Now it is good.
Great. I hit the button.
Okay. So they both failed. So go ahead and hit the damage on that. Boom. So that pummels them pretty hard, actually.
Ice works better.
They do not seem pleased with that, as this storm of ice that they are flying through just wrecks them. It's a combination too. It's not just the cold. It's also like the big chunks of ice that are just pounding them as they come across. All right. Now it is their turn. The horse does not like that. It is it's pretty mad. That's fun.
Are they going to hoof down our direction?
They fade from sight. Actually, those ones as they continue coming forward.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, I don't.
Don't like that. I do not like that. I do not like that journey for us.
That's real bad, guys.
Yeah, and it's not invisibility fade from sight. It's like ghostly fade from sight.
Nope. Don't like that.
Nope.
Taudi.
I'm going to step in the direction of this other one, and I will hold an action. If it comes in range of me, I will attack it.
Okay.
That's it.
It doesn't. That you know of.
When it does.
All right. Everything is suddenly quiet. Bria, there doesn't seem to be a target for you.
That's exciting. I don't know if this would work. I'm going to ask, and you can tell me if I can't do this. If I were to throw fairy fire, would it be able to show the trail of where they're going?
If you wanted to cast fairy fire in a location and they were invisible, it could potentially reveal them, and you can make an intelligence check. Let me see here real quick. Make a perception test. Not perception, investigation. That'll count as your like the wheels turning to say, well, tracking they should be here at the speed they were going.
Okay, I'm going to roll perception then.
Oh, we said investigation.
Yeah, it would have been investigation.
It was
That's
investigation.
okay. So a 6. I mean, you are yeah, your investigation is not quite as good as still you. So you got a 10. So it's up to you to decide if you know enough to maybe try to cast it where you think they'll be.
I would like to attempt it. That's at least being proactive. I like being proactive.
All right, so you are going to cast Fairy Fire.
I am indeed.
So I'm going to put it about where you think they are, and then, like I said, you'll kind of have to decide if you want to agree with the. There's so go ahead and yep, hit the saving throw. Wait. So you go ahead and hit the saving throw. All right. You feel like that's a very good, strong casting of the spell, but nothing appears.
Oh boy.
So one of two things. You missed, or they're not invisible.
I don't like either of those. Those are both horrible.
All right.
Okay, good. I thought things went out for a second because everything was silent. So I was like, I'm actually going to move like closer to the skull because I kind of, if I'm like there and I'm close to the skull, maybe they have respect to the skull, and that's less of like an attacky vantage point. So there you go.
The skull looks at you as like, for Pune, there's nothing close enough to attack. However, Pune can ready a response, and if something comes within range that is an enemy, they'll try to attack it. And yeah, that's about all you can do. You can move if you want. You could drink a healing potion if you want. And I think you also have yeah,
this
you probably
what happens when you look for answers.
Yeah, you might want to drink one of your healing potions maybe as a bonus action, and then as your action, be ready to hit something if it comes at you.
I think Renee is just gonna find somewhere to lean against because they're not impressed. They don't have enough things to fight, so they're just gonna stand there and lean on a pillar or something.
Okay. Pane's a little bit cocky. Like, I killed all of those things before. You guys. Safi, what are you doing?
Safi is back to trying to figure out the riddle. So we have now tried sand.
Also, make a quick perception test.
Okay. Do. Here we go.
Ooh,
I perceive everything.
you can see
So-
through walls.
You
Except for
realize
the answer to
suddenly
the
that
riddle.
every time that you've gone into the skull, that after it decides no, you're incorrect, everything clears from the two sides. So like whatever was there before is cleared. So now it's just the sand and it's just the water on either side. So you do notice that. And then what you were saying then about what you're going to do?
I was saying that we've now tried all of the elements in one sort or another. We've tried putting all of our character things in there. We tried my spell book. We've also landed on the notion if Elven kind does not know everything, then the sum of all knowledge could potentially be fitting on the single, piece of sand. But that doesn't work since we couldn't move it. And then Taudi just said something, and I don't think he knew some of the significance of it, but he said, by the amount of times we've failed, we know nothing. And Safi first was irritated because how dare he? But then again, he was right. So I now think the answer is nothing. And I think we should bring nothing with us into the portal. Well, we still can before these guys come back. Any dissenters?
Okay, so you call that out, and that is your action.
Oh.
Coming from this direction, the horse and rider start to materialize in the air as they are coming at Panay. The horse doesn't actually get in action because its action is to come back into being. But the rider attacks Panay as they are passing on the horse.
Can I throw my shield at it?
Yeah, you could try to throw your shield up. And you can try to throw your shield at it as well.
Is it Empower Shield?
No. The Empower Shield is to actually turn your shield on to make it be a shield. So your shield, the thing about your shield is that it's a normal shield, except you don't have to hold it for it to work. So instead of holding it on one arm and blocking with it, you can just tell it, hey, be a shield, and it'll just kind of move around on its own while you use your glaive. So that's what the Empower is. So it gives you a benefit to your armor class and makes you harder to be hit.
So that I could just say shield me. And then do it.
Yes.
Okay.
So, all right. So it is attacking it to get a 27, which still hits with the first attack, and the second attack is a 20, which also hits. So she actually is able to kind of rent the shield to the side and then kind of strike at you. And you realize that with both of these strikes, that this rider is insanely strong somehow. You're still not really worried about it, but this is definitely something that's maybe worth the battle. Taudi.
I hurt. I'm gonna drink another potion.
Okay.
I guess another one of the same. Well, no, I'll use a superior, which is what? 84.
Yeah.
84. Or Do I do 5 and then 3?
I did 4 and 4.
You can do 4 and 4. Or you can do 3 and 5.
We do math, peoples.
It's
Every time,
the worst,
every
but
time
we
you right
love
click,
it.
it makes a new one come out anyway.
Yeah, and every time you right click, it makes a new one.
So wait, sorry, it was 8d4, right?
21 plus 8 is 29. So you get 29 back. 2 and then 9 to that is 13. Boom.
Cool.
All right. All right.
And that was bonus action, right?
Yes.
We'll run up and I'm gonna hit. I can reach the nightmare from here, right?
Yeah.
It's like right up against the. Seems like
Yeah. And it's coming in, so it's like it's not just like hovering there, just out of reach. It's.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at the nightmare.
Okay. So you are now targeted on the nightmare. That's a hit. So start some damage.
Damage. Stunning strike.
And stunning strike.
Hit one of these deals.
Oh man, if this actually goes through, you're gonna
Don't jinx us.
Yeah. So effect now, right?
Yes.
It is stunned.
Please fall out of the air.
So yes, it is stunned and thus no longer able to maintain its focus of flight.
Second. Oh. Should I bother doing the second hit, or is it just gonna fall down to its?
You can do a second hit. I don't know what you want to attack with it. But
because it's plunging to its death?
Yeah, but the other thing is not plunging to its death. The hag is still right there.
Well, it's on it. The hag's riding on it. So if it goes down, then
is the hag riding on it?
The hag is riding on it.
No,
but will the hag go down? Because the hag isn't stunned. The nightmare is.
I'll take.
Yeah,
I'll take
she
my
could jump.
Hit.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
What was that? Oh.
Because it's stunned, you get advantage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then damage.
All right. So you punch it. Do you want a flurry of blows?
No.
Okay.
I'm running low on key points.
Okay. All right. So this is what happens. As you reach in, you manage to hit the horse in such a way that it actually kind of falls inert. And this is just more of an explanation. So I'm just gonna, defer, kind of move out from what the rule would say. So its forward momentum actually it clips at the knees, I guess, on the side of this bridge. You and Panay manage to duck out of the way as the whole horse rider combo takes a tumble and just starts rolling all the way off the other side because they're going pretty fast. The hag tries to leap off the horse before, fails because they failed their dexterity saving throw to do that. And then the hag tries to make a last-ditch effort to grab on the side of the bridge with an athletics check or strength saving throw to not fall and manage to grab hold of that. Yeah, failed that one as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yay.
So they are both falling.
That's a hilarious gift.
That's pretty great.
So that is
a journey for them.
That's a thing that happened.
So, Danny, what sound do you think they make as they fall? Like, can we have a sound?
I think so. So the sound effect for it's something like this.
Like Blanca from Street Fighter.
So that's I was trying to get that as close as I could. Should have that once in every episode.
That was worth me not being able to open my last cheese stick during the break. That was worth my anger. Gotta be honest.
Okay, so however, Revenge of the other hag, very angry at you for what you have done.
Hey.
Sometimes anger blinds you.
It's the monster's turn to be really horrible now.
Oh, it's so great.
As Bria, it is your turn.
All right, let's do a dance. They're close enough. It wouldn't tell me how far they were, but I think they're close enough for dancing rapier, right?
Yeah.
You sounded very convincing. I'm going to dancing rapier the hackling nightmare, as it were.
Okay. That is a hit. So now you can do some damage. All right. All right. So that kind of scores a hit across the shoulders of this nightmare, and then Panay, there they are.
I can't see the bridge. I mean, I can't see the image
The image of
of everyone.
So you're still on the bridge. Oh, I see. Did that do it? Yep.
Yeah, I see it.
Okie doke. So there's the rider and there's the nightmare. Which one? And you can attack either of them.
I'll attack the one closest to me, so that's the night.
Well, they're actually on the. It's a rider, so.
Oh no, the tag is on the night.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't want to attack the horse because I think it's kind of cute, but I realize I have to kind of kill both of them. So I'm going to use my frost model and attack them both.
Okay. So which one are you targeting first?
I'm targeting the one that's closest to me.
Okay, so we'll say that's the horse, the nightmare itself. All right, go ahead and roll for the attack. Ooh,
One of my favorite magic cards.
Field scratch.
1 second. Let me check something here. Oh, wait, that's not right. That's the wrong one. I think it's this. All right, so that is a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Uh, 10 plus 6, 4. Okay, let me hit this real quick. And then you get your second attack.
It's like the opposite of last time. Everything is like 1, 1, 1.
Right. So you don't get the damage for that one, but you do. So I'm going to take that back. 39, 31. Okay. Go ahead and make your last attack. You have a third attack. Okay, so that's how it sets up.
Well, that doesn't make up for the last 2 ones, but
Yeah. All right, so that one hits. So go ahead and make that damage check. All right, 18, 6. Yeah, that's correct. All right, so you have put the hurting on this nightmare. The flames have kind of cooled down. The cold from Frostmaw actually appears to be hurting it in a way that might have been unexpected. As Safi.
Yeah.
These are done. They fell.
I'm going to do the ice storm if I can position it where it won't hurt my companions.
Ice storm has a
20 feet
20-foot radius. So,
right.
So
but
using
if I like
the pointer,
okay,
point to where you want the ice storm to go.
pointer. Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Yeah, the pointer hates me about half the time, so good luck.
All right. Describe again where the pointer is.
Right click. 11 o'clock.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Sometimes.
Great.
And then
Great.
the one at 12 o'clock. Click somewhere in the square below you, and then click where you want to put the arrow. Now, on your second click, if you hold it, you can like kind of keep moving it around and stuff.
So that would be 10 if I do it here. If I go this way, 5 and 5, that's still 10. So I need to move it out a little bit further. If I go 20 from here, then that's 25. So I need to go a little bit. That's 20, and then it should be 20 for the cackling hag as well. And then my teammate should be just out of range.
Okay, so that's where you want it, is right there on that dot. Let's put it on the dot and see what happens.
I don't like how you said that. Is it touching them?
Well, only because my rule is I don't let you put spells in the middle of squares.
Oh, yes, that's important. Mm-hmm.
It has to go in the center is always in a corner. So putting it to the corner, it does hit them. So
Okay,
go
great.
ahead and
Let me get that up here then.
and that's actually my anti-cheesing rule. That
For once
someone
works
like
for me.
someone will take a spell that has like a 5-foot radius and like position it in such a way that it like hits things that are but
Well, I'm glad to use it to my advantage, and
it
I'm
worked for
going to
you this
hit
time. Yes.
save.
Save. One moment. So failure and failure.
Great. And
Or
damage.
If the horse freezes, can we keep it as like a pet, like a frozen nightmare horse? A horse sickle?
I mean, if you have a frozen fire horse and you want to cart it around with you, I guess I'm not stopping you from doing that.
That must be the answer to the puzzle.
I mean, that would be cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Put the frozen nightmare on it.
Yeah, as it pummels down, the rider tumbles off and kind of has to get back up on their feet, making it Taodi's turn.
I will roundhouse kick her in the head.
Okay. Jumping, spinning roundhouse. Got it.
It's so mean. She just lost her horse.
Oh, but I missed.
Or alternatively, you hit, but it just went, and then she just looks back at you.
No, I missed. And then as I land with that foot that came over with the kick, I kick the other foot out and straight kick her.
Trying to take out those knees.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we lost the dice.
Yeah.
I don't believe I have to hit to get flurry of blows, right? It's just if I make the attack.
No, yeah, if you make an attack, you can continue with flurry of blows.
So I will flurry of blows. Boom, boom. I'll come in with a left punch.
Continuing in this spinning style.
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Just needed a spin.
Damage. And then my last hit, I will follow up with the opposite elbow.
Use the chair.
To which I miss.
You like 8.
Wow, 8s. That's your.
I got the Randy syndrome.
Hey, couldn't you be stuck on 20 like Leah?
Couldn't I? I wish.
Okay.
Wait. Can I did that. How does this one work? Am I able to step of the wind, or is that
No, it causes you to take a bonus action to do the thing.
Okay.
So normally it's an action, but you've already used the bonus. You can do a stunning strike off of your flurry of blows, but
sure. That sounds
all right. So go ahead and give that a shot.
Running out of key points. Make the save, hag lady. Oh, she does.
She does.
Well then.
All right. She does not like that you keep attacking her and hitting
Also,
her.
her horse is dead.
Yeah,
So
that too.
she wants to give you a hug.
Oh no.
You're hugged.
You are hugged.
I bask in the warmth.
That is so much
Acceptance.
hugging. That might be too much hugging.
So much hugging.
It's a heavy,
Is there
heavy
even
hugging
too much
right now.
hugging?
You are
Cody's
still,
not a hugger.
you are alive
Heavy hugging.
as of post. Well, while being hugged, you are being hugged, and you're finding it hard to breathe as you are being hugged out. Bria,
Hi. I've still got a dancing rapier out, and the cackling hag is within distance, right? So
yes.
yeah, let's do some rapier work.
All right. Go ahead and
Yeah.
so that's the dancing rapier. Okay,
Yay!
and then you.
I get to use
So
that
that's
again?
a bonus.
or-
So it was a bonus action for you to attack with the rapier. So now you have your full action and movement.
That's exciting. Well, did we heard Safi yelling about the going through with nothing, right?
Sure. Yes.
Do we all need to be there for that?
That's your decision to make.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm already here, so I'll say maybe we should move toward the skull with nothing. Should we all be there? Anyone? And then I'm not going to move. I'll just stay where I am until I'm needed otherwise.
The skull looks at you and kind of opens up to allow you in if you want to get in, but is definitely not trying to push you in or anything. Panay.
So are we just trying to get back in? Are we trying to kill the hag lady, or are we trying to run?
Yeah,
to the
well,
skull?
she's trying to like bear hug crush Taudi.
Yeah, I'm like dying.
We should probably
I'm having flashbacks to our other battle all of a sudden.
So the
Where
question
I'm
is,
dying.
how much was your character like Tiaudi? Is the question really?
So
I'm-
Safi and Bria are like, eh.
I mean, well, I think it's more group cohesion. So if we kill it, then we can all go forward if we need all of us to go into the skull.
Good point.
Plus, it's ugly, and I don't really want to look at it, so I might throw something at it to see if I can kill it.
There you go.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack roll with yep. So
Well, maybe not.
well, that's just one of three because and you know you're trying not to like slice Taudi in half at the same time. So go ahead and give us that second attack as you're trying to just gauge the best way to come in on this.
Hey, I love
see,
that you're
you're
stuck
just
on nat 20s.
You're just trying to get the right measure of where to like cut it down as you swing that glaive in and give us the damage roll.
Yes.
Ooh, wow.
Woohoo.
Yeah. So you basically
Nice.
cut
That was
cut it
beautiful.
off at its knees, and it falls back and lets go of Taudi and is bleeding Icor out, and eventually just rolls over and expires, just kind of laying there, big ugly body, gray and wizened upon the bridge there.
Fall gasping.
A little
Right.
bit of, yeah.
Safi goes to help you up.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Do we just bond?
In a little.
Just accept me?
I mean, I feel like if we're gonna try this again, I don't want to be the only one through the thing. So yeah.
All right.
My
So
eyes
with
meet
that-
your eyes. There's a
Safi
flat-
looks away.
No, it's not gonna happen.
So awkward.
Notice me, senpai.
All
My
right.
eye twitches.
Okay. All right. So, turning around, there is nothing on either side except the sand and the water. The cylinder of mist and fire is still there. The skull is looking down at Bria expectantly because Bria is standing there, and the sides are open for you to enter.
Let's do it.
Nice.
All right. So the four of you enter to make your presentation of balancing the scales by adding nothing to them. It looks.
We know nothing, Jon
right.
Snow.
It looks left.
And then a dragon comes out.
It doesn't know who Jon Snow is, but you hear the mechanism unlatch, and then the water side that had been down before, it starts to level out again. As it gets to the level point, you hold your breath. It goes past, but then it slows and comes back across, and then stops, and you hear the locking mechanisms go back into place. And as far as you can tell, it's even. The skull looks down, and then just kind of fades away. The whole enclosure fades away, and it seems like the path forward is open. Not that
I don't know if I should feel
was,
relieved or insulted about all that.
Not to know if not to say that you guys ever really checked to see if it was closed off to begin with in the first place. But if it was, it's open now.
Don't do that, Dan. There was no puzzle the whole time.
Like someone had solved it already before you and like opened the way, and then, like, you can't reset it.
Made it worse.
I say the next time we just stab it in the first round before it can even tell us what it's about. I'm just saying.
All right.
Forward.
Cool. All right. So forward you go, and you step into this cavern, and much like a lot of places in the Shadowfey, things don't always take you where you feel like it's going to take you. They oftentimes, you enter in one place and you kind of appear in a totally different area that you didn't quite expect.
Okay.
This time is not really any different. Real quick here. Just do this.
Now we're in magical ice cream land where everything is made of delicious ice cream.
And it's
Or whatever
perfect.
the elvish equivalent of ice cream is.
Probably ice cream. It's really good.
Yeah, it's elvish ice cream, so it's just like that science fiction.
It has no
story from
calories.
7th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a science fiction froyo where it's every flavor and it's never ending and nobody knows what it's from.
Fiction froyo.
Yeah, it's a short story about science fiction from Alien or from
To
froyo
imagine
from
that
Alien.
it has tons of calories, but elves just aren't affected by it. But if like a human walked up and had some, they would
Maybe
just, like,
instantly, yeah.
The scales were just making sure we were worthy of the ice cream. That's what it was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so you are at you are near the bottom of this map once I have it all kind of sorted out.
That's an ominous name for a map. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
The house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the house on the hill. Like, yeah.
Or like House, the Japanese horror film.
Or Dr. House.
Out of character.
The Dr. House.
The Dr. House. It's lupus.
Man, sometimes.
I'm sorry. We're not giving you the respect you deserve, Danny. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's the house. Let's see, and then you, and then
Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
so
That's a glaive.
yeah. By the way, that's a glaive that you're holding there in your hand.
I want to go where nobody knows your glaive.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know how to respond to that at all. Okay, and then that a little bit bigger there, I guess. Oop. And so as you step out, you realize now that you are not in a cave at all, but you have stepped into the onto a walkway of some sort that behind you doesn't appear to be anything to kind of walk back into. I mean, it's like it feels like it just falls off kind of behind you a little bit. And in front of you is a cottage. It seems, except for the mist that is surrounding, it seems welcoming, if dark. There don't appear to be any lights coming out of any of the windows or any of the openings. You don't hear any sounds. It's fairly quiet. In fact, very muffled. It feels like even like your foot falls onto the stone. They don't quite make that echoey sound. It almost sounds like you're walking over moss or something. Just the sounds are really muted throughout this area.
This looks potentially more involved. I'm quite worn out. Can we take a break?
Or we're here, and this is the Hearth Fire's home.
I just need a short rest.
an hour long short rest.
Yes.
May we please camp out in front of whoever's house this is for an hour.
An hour.
I love it.
I might get back all of my things.
How about
on the door?
Yeah, maybe we can rest in the house if it's not scary.
Hey, not being the smartest of the group, runs up to the door and windows and starts knocking.
There we go.
Okay.
Into the house we go.
I actually had the size all jacked up, so it's actually a lot.
But I think Bria, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was gonna knock on the door in order to see if anyone could hear us knocking on the door, but you're doing it, so that's great.
But he was like, I'm gonna go up there and there it goes.
There's multiple doors.
Oh, good. I love that. I'm also going to hello.
All right.
Bay gods. Shadow Bay gods.
Continuing the tradition of creepy, ominous stuff. The front actually appears to be more of a open gate than it does an actual doorway. And as you kind of approach to knock on it, it swings open.
Oh, then we enter. Roland, I feel you. I have no slots left.
So here's my question is, are we because our characters are now bigger than the doorway, so relative size? Should I be taking this as gospel or what?
We're in Wonderland all of a sudden.
So you guys should be fitting into the squares properly. I'm not sure
we fit.
Why? Yes. Yeah, I don't know why.
That was more what I wanted to know. So.
Actually, I know why it's being goofy.
I mean, on the plus side, there are some couches here in the entryway. So if you want to rest for a minute,
nice day for fishing, isn't it?
Nice day for fishing, isn't it? Oh my goodness! Woo. Wow, that caught me off guard.
If Nominee is at the top of this house, I'm just letting you know. If Nominee is at the top of this house,
for the chat and everybody who's watching this, if you haven't seen Viva La Dirt League, I think that's who it is. Their YouTube channel, they have a lot of little skits where it's like if video game logic was real. So like, you know, people running past NPCs and their whole shtick is like, what are the NPCs like? How do they feel about all this? And it's pretty hilarious. And they just put out a 30-minute full, like their skits are like a minute, right? They put out like a 30-minute thing where one of their NPCs goes on an adventure, and it's
Balin's Trail.
It's
Or Balin's
everything.
Route.
It's everything I needed it to be. So there was that. But let's get back into this. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. So this should put everyone in at the proper size. Thank you. There. Now, hopefully you feel better about that, Bria, as like I said, the gate opens up, allowing you access to the house.
I mean, better being in a mystery house in a cavern after spending 3 hours solving a puzzle. Better it really seems. It's a choice, yes, but we're here. And there are couches if anybody would like to rest.
They are. They seem very, very comfy. It's dark, but it is warm in here. There's like a chill outside of the mist, but inside it's warmer. It's
can I cast dancing lights so we have some light?
Yeah, you certainly can. So you cast some dancing lights so that you can illuminate this interior a little bit, and you do so, revealing sort of a hallway that goes ahead, and it looks kind of cozy. There's some strange sort of bubbles with things in them.
Is anyone in the house with me, or did everyone stay outside and I'm the only one that came in to the house?
No, I'm
you
here.
dead?
Am I alone?
Are you dead yet?
Yes,
Safi
I'm
feels
dead.
like-
Come join me.
That if the Hearth Fire had a house, it might look like this. And so I say, Bria, maybe we found it. Maybe this is where they live.
I really hope so, because otherwise the scale work was not worth the trip. Yes.
As you enter into the house, looking around, you have the lights shining everywhere. You kind of turn, everything's quiet, and then you hear a door somewhere deeper in the house, the creaking of a door opening, maybe shutting, but you don't hear the shut. And there's a strange and ominous shadow that comes around. And as you prepare for whatever this may be, suddenly kind of coming around this corner, you're not sure what you'd call it, but there it is. It's humanoid, and it's wearing a dress, like a summer dress, maybe. Apron. It's got a nice apron. Barefoot. And from its neck is this elongated sort of thing that comes forward and then down with these multifaceted eyes and these giant mandible jaws with these little chittering things in here. And it looks at you and it claps its hands together. Oh my, we have guests. And we will close it there.
We have to. I volunteer Safi to do all of our talking.
Great. That's not going to be any trouble at all.
But
Hey, friendly Hearth thing.
You did a great
Whatever.
job
Sophie
setting
still
up
thinks it's
the.
friendly.
Yeah. You did a great job with the bargaining last time, so historically, you're great at it.
So that's the third sort of episode of the elves and what's going on with them back in the day. Hopefully next week we'll see what's happening in the temple as everyone is walking out. But if not, this story continues. So we will one day come back to see what it is that that these elves have stumbled across. But until then, vote for Leah. Join us for all the streams the rest of this week. Dresden Monday, Tuesday we're getting geared up for season 6 of Chicago Missions. Thursdays, Wrath of the Stormlord. Fridays is whatever random thing we're doing on Fridays, and Saturday is Avernus.
Yep.
Ascent, Descent. Oh, I need an answer. And whoever can tell me a great and fun and interesting thing that would happen if you were to douse Dawnbringer, the sword from Out of the Abyss, into the river Styx. What would happen if you doused an intelligent weapon into the river Styx? So that's
Does the weapon feel sad? Like, does it feel feelings?
The weapon feels feelings. It's an intelligent weapon. It's a sapient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in Dante's Inferno, the river Styx is used twice, and in one of the times, one of the people coming up from it is angry. So potentially, it would be dragged down by angry spirits or become angry itself.
Perhaps there is a in Descent to Avernus, the river Styx is statted out, if you will. Like, it does say what happens if you fall into the river Styx. And the same could happen, I suppose, to an intelligent weapon, but I'm looking for something that's more fun and maybe has a little bit longer of a thread to kind of follow, right?
Yeah, I think it gets a quirk. Right? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, something like that. But
turns into a zebra.
But this is not a problem to solve right now. This is just a query to whoever in the community or what have you. Hit me up in a message on Discord or something with your idea. I'd love to hear it. But it's just for my home game on Saturday nights. So all right, yeah. And I don't have anything else. Does anyone else have anything else?
Vote for Leah if you haven't already.
Votes for Leah.
I'm supposed to drop the link somewhere.
Yeah, we've got
gotcha.
It's in the chat. We'll make sure that it's posted up too. And that's what we've got. So thank you very much to the cast for joining me today. Always a pleasure to hang out with you Sunday evening. Thank you very much to everybody that has tuned in. And also thank you very much to Tom Teslin / Atlas for carrying us all this way.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
See everybody next week.
Bye, guys.